Welcome, folks. Welcome to my corner of YouTube. This is my channel, Divine Hippie 2222. My name is Stephanie, and today I'm doing the love reading for our love journey. Now, I'm producing this video in March, but my readings are timeless. So whenever you're drawn to this message, that's when the message is for you, despite the production video. So, all right, folks. Now, I do 4 specialty readings a month. Money, love, health, and resources. Spirituality. Sorry, love, money, health, and spirituality. And in my specialty readings, I pull 1 major arcana and I clarify with 3 minor arcana. So, all right, folks, let's get started. What do we have? So, the card is the Wheel of Fortune. Ooh, nice. Okay. So, the Wheel of Fortune. This is for relationships. It indicates a positive change. So, taking your relationship to the next step, or starting a new phase with your partner, or even some sort of joint project. Then, you and your partner are meant to be. And this is, you may be shaking things up and adding some changes into your relationship. No matter what, this is your path. Singles, the universe is working to bring you the love you deserve, but we have to work with the universe. This is good fortune coming in love. So now is the time to put ourselves out there and meet new people. So make sure we know what we want in a partner, as this is the opportunity to get exactly this. And this can be an indication of soulmates. It's an indication of soulmates. So, alternative lifestyle people. If you are single, this is know exactly what it is you want, because the universe is bringing them in multiples, because we're still in the 6 of Wands energy, and the love energy for singles, I believe I said potentially 6 partners. So know what it is that you want. And then for alternative lifestyle people, maybe you're adding a connection to your relationship. Maybe you're adding 2 connections. Again, possibly there are 6 options that you will have to pick from. And you guys are meant to be. These connections are meant to be, because the universe is lining this up. It indicates positive change. So it could be taking a step in your relationship, or starting a new phase with your partner, or even some sort of joint project. Alternative lifestyle people, another connection, another few connections. So, and it may be shaking things up, adding something to your relationship. So however this resonates for you, you are with your soulmate as well as other soulmates entering into our lives. Then to clarify that, we have the 6 of Pentacles. We have the King of Pentacles. And we have the 8 of Pentacles. So there's a lot of grounded, solid, stable energy here. Okay, so I'm going to do the 6 first, then the 8, and then the King. So, couples, you and your partner are kind and generous towards each other at this time. So be sure to maintain this balance of give and take in the relationship, as it will go from strength to strength. This is a period of prosperity and positivity in this connection. And then for singles, we will meet someone who will be generous and kind to us, being generous with their time and energy. And may, hold on. Oh, this is an indication of us being generous with our time and energy, which will lead us to meeting someone new. So be open and giving, and the universe will reward us for it. Be open to the possibilities. Knowing exactly what it is we want, and being generous with our time, with our energy, getting out there, offering assistance, talking to people. The universe is opening doors for our partners, for our potential soulmates. I don't want to say potential, for our soulmates to enter into our lives. Then, alternative lifestyle people. Combination of that. This is your solid relationship being prosperous and positive and maintaining this balance. Well, this new connection or new connections coming in will add to the balance of prosperity and positivity. And then for single alternative lifestyle people, meeting several individuals who will be generous and kind. So ensure we get out there and meet people and are open and receptive to the individuals that we meet. Because the universe is rewarding us for this by opening up doors. Then, the Eight of Pentacles. Relationships. Putting a lot of hard work and dedication and commitment into your relationship. Well, you have been, because it's paying off. Positivity and stability. Your efforts are paying off. You and your partner are well on your way to achieving your goals. So we and our partners are well on our way to achieving our goals. Working hard to secure our future financially for us as well as for our loved ones. So this is balancing the workload with family life and spending time with our partner. Now, singles, this is feeling confident. A period of apprenticeship is required before we can move forward, as we need to learn from our past relationships and deal with their effects in order to avoid repeating the same mistakes in the future, because the universe is bringing us lots of individuals. So let's ensure we're not just jumping at the first thing that comes. Let's take our time. Let's get to know them to ensure we're not repeating the same mistakes. I say mistakes. To ensure we're not repeating the same lessons. So it's like there's a test in here. There may be one test, like one individual may be a test, maybe two of them will be a test. Before the third, fourth, fifth, and sixth are balanced, secure, and stable, and positive. Then, the King of Pentacles. Couples. We have reached a very secure, comfortable, and stable stage of our relationship. So this is a higher reiteration of the Six of Pentacles. Being solid and secure and strengthening each other. So now is the time to sit back and enjoy the fruits of your labor, hard work, and perseverance. Persevering and ensuring that we're making the best selection. Just because every single piece of fruit is ready to be plucked doesn't mean every single piece of fruit tastes the best. Doesn't mean every single fruit is a good match for us. As a person, this is a grounded, mature, masculine energy who is patient, dependable, stable, and nurturing. He is loyal and faithful. Loyal and faithful. That goes a long way. You have to take time to get to know someone to find out if they're going to be loyal and faithful. He will take great care of his partner and children and work hard to provide them with a good standard of life. He cares deeply about his partner and sometimes may struggle with expressing his emotions. However, he will express his love by being a generous provider and making his partner feel secure and cared for. Now, singles, we are more than ready for a serious relationship because we are working through and we are taking our time to ensure that all of the fruit is going to be, we want to make sure that we're not picking the bruised ones, right? Let's take apples for, they're not apples, they're red, so that's just where I'm going with. So when I go to the grocery store, I check an apple and I grip it kind of firmly to make sure there aren't any soft spots in there and to see if there are any puncture wounds on the skin. So things like that. It takes time to really see through someone because in initial meetings, it's kind of like social media. It's kind of like Facebook where we put our best foot forward. But over time, that's when we get to really, that's when we really get to know the person and we really get to see their soft spots. And everyone has soft spots. Everyone has minor punctures in the skin, right? So no judgment. I'm not going there. What I'm saying is not everyone's soft spots are compatible with our own. Not everyone's puncture wounds are compatible with our own. So we are taking the time. We have already taken the time throughout this month to get to know them. And because of that, we are more than ready for a serious relationship. We've worked hard at finding stability within ourselves, and we now want to share that with someone who wants the same things as us and can match us in terms of maturity and grounded energy. And this is an indication of meeting individuals who embody the qualities of the King of Pentacles. So, alternative lifestyle people. Your partner will be generous and caring and kind towards you, and be gentle with them through this process because they may have a hard time expressing their emotions. So be mindful of that through this process. We may have a hard time expressing our emotions as well as our partner. So we want to be considerate. We want to be sympathetic. We want to be compassionate with our partner as we are discussing options to bring in new connections. We want to be considerate and take our time because this is what we're going after: security and stability and positivity in greater form. So we want to ensure in higher form, right? Because the king is sitting on top of an elephant. No, it's a horse. My apologies. The point is the king is sitting up. This is balance and stability and positivity and groundedness because we're on ground level, right? So in the beginning of the month, we're in a very good place. And as the universe is bringing these possibilities into our lives, we're taking time to ensure that we're accepting what it is we truly deserve and want, and ensuring that we are really considering the soft spots of others, the puncture wounds of others, as well as our own soft spots and puncture wounds, as well as our partner's soft spots and puncture wounds. We know how to read body language. The horse's head is down. So if our King of Pentacles' head is down, be mindful of that. What does that say? They may be looking for something to say. They may be searching for their words. They may not want us to meet their eyes. So that's what I'm saying. Even though in this card, the King of Pentacles, he's sitting up straight and his face is forward, but the horse's face is down and grazing. So while we're grazing, be mindful that we are considerate of our partner's soft spots and puncture wounds. as well as our own soft spots and puncture wounds, on top of these new connections, their soft spots and puncture wounds. And that takes time. We're in this beautiful place, so we are going to provide everyone with the ample amount of time and consideration to first and foremost get to know individuals, and then secondly, to process. Is this the right connection? Is this a positive connection? Is this a stable, grounded, and positive connection? And then singles, alternative lifestyle singles, we are more than ready. We're more than ready. So again, we're in this beautiful place. And we are willing and ready to take time to ensure we are nurturing our own soft spots as well as puncture wounds, as well as these new connections, because we've learned our lessons from the past. There may be 3 lessons. I'm getting 2 lessons because the alligator's looking back and the Sphinx is looking back. The monkey is, it's like we've got to go through these 2 lessons first before the monkey is able to rise and come forward. And the monkey can be 1 individual, it can be 4 individuals, things like that, right? Because again, we're still in the 6 of Wands energy. Yeah. So one of the lessons is going to be stout and sturdy and thick, right? Like an alligator. And one of the lessons may be tall and slender and sleek, like the Sphinx. And then the monkey is the King of Pentacles. So couples, alternative lifestyle couples, we are a King of Pentacles, as well as being with a King of Pentacles, as well as King of Pentacle energy on its way to us. We just have to get through this thick, stout, sturdy one, and then this tall, lanky, I don't want to say lanky, but like lean, this lean, right? So different body structures. One may be taller than the other. And then the King of Pentacles energy is shorter. So be mindful of that, right? Take what resonates, chunk what doesn't. That's just what I'm getting from the cards. So what I'm getting, whether we're in a traditional relationship, whether we are a traditional single, or whether we are alternative lifestyle, we are in an amazing place. Amazing place. Soulmates are coming in. Soulmates are here already, as well as coming into our lives. Because we're in this beautiful, grounded, balanced, positive place. So when we are shaking things up, traditional couples, ensure we are being mindful of our partner's soft spots and puncture wounds, as well as our own. Singles, we are ready to really inspect the fruit, because we can look at it once and think, okay, well, there's a soft spot. That's not bad, right? And then we'll come back and feel it again. And we're like, oh, maybe that's a little softer than I thought. So that's what I mean. Give it time to really inspect it, because humans are much larger than an apple, much larger. So it takes time to really get to know someone, for to be comfortable, for our walls to come down, and for them to be comfortable, and for their walls to come down. So it's gonna take time, maybe a month, maybe 3 months, maybe 6 months, right? So it's gonna take some time. It's going to take time for this King of Pentacles energy, for the wheel to turn, and for these two past tests, lessons, for them to come forward and to get to know them and see if that's really what it is. See if they are really what it is that we want. So if you have not already, make a list. The universe cannot bring us, well, let me back up. The universe will bring us things, but if we don't tell the universe what it is that we want, how do we know that the universe is going to bring us what we want? So make a list of the things that we want that are acceptable, and make a list of the things that are not acceptable. Because these two are going to be lessons from our past, even though they're brand new individuals, but they're going to be indicative of scenarios and situations and circumstances from our past. And we've been there. We've done that. We know what that's like. And we're in a beautiful place from that. So the universe is testing us to see if we've truly learned. We have. We are taking time to really inspect the fruit, per se, metaphorically, that the universe is providing us with. And this is the 8 of Pentacles. So let's be literal. There may be 8 options coming in. Whether we're traditional singles or alternative lifestyle, however that plays out. There are going to be 8 opportunities. And throughout the entire month, potentially longer, because we want to take time. We want to have the proper time to get to know people. We're not playing lazy Susan dating, right? Okay, I've spent a little bit of time with this one, so now on to the next. A little bit of time with that. We can do that. However, how well do we really get to know the individuals by lazy Susaning it, right? So the Wheel of Fortune, 10 weeks, 2.5 months. 2.5 months for these 8 options to come in. And 2 of these options are going to be reflections from our past. So 2 options are going to be tests, lessons, before all the kings start showing up. 6 kings. 8 minus 6, or 8 minus 2 is 6. So 6 kings coming in. Ooh, singles. Alternative lifestyle people. Nice, nice. So this is beautiful energy, folks. Okay, so the card at the bottom of the deck for the major arcana is Judgment. So there may be someone coming back from our past. One of these 2. Okay, so now let me read the Judgment. Through this process, okay, you and your partner may be judging each other too harshly. Are we being mindful of soft spots and puncture wounds? We want to be mindful. Be wary of throwing blame or accusations to try to provoke a reaction. We may do more damage than we mean to. Again, we'll avoid all of that completely by being mindful and considerate and compassionate of our soft spots and puncture wounds, as well as our partner's soft spots and puncture wounds. So the solution to that, sit down and talk through how we're feeling without trying to lay blame. Give it time. King of Pentacles may be one of his soft spots, emotions. So this will breathe new life into the relationship by being open and having honest communication. Now, others outside of all of that, right? Others may be judging your relationship or talking about you and your partner behind your back. That's not our business. That's not our lesson. That's not our lesson. So singles, traditional couples, that may be one of your lessons. Maybe others are discussing your relationship behind your back. The lesson is shake the dust off. That is none of our concern. That's not our business, right? Rise above this, as this is their issue, not ours. And another indication, maybe separated from someone you love by an ocean or sea, possibly living in separate countries. They're traveling, the king is traveling towards us, and it takes time for overseas travel or for travel from a further distance. This may be an indication of having a long distance relationship, traditional couples. Now, traditional singles, don't be too hasty in judging potential partners. Give ourselves a chance to get to know them. Give ourselves a chance to get to know their soft spots and their puncture wounds so that we can be compassionate and tender and sympathetic, because again, they may have, in brand new connections, vulnerability is strength. Being vulnerable with people shows a strength. And that is a strength that is worked on over time. So we were taught how to read because someone volunteered their time and their knowledge and taught us how to read. So throughout our lives, we all develop differently. So we may be the individual that teaches our kings how to be vulnerable, that teaches our kings it's okay to be vulnerable with us because we see their soft spots and we see their puncture wounds. And the last thing we want to do is expose them and make them worse or larger. So, give ourselves a chance to get to know them before we decide if they are the best option for us. Be mindful of how we come across, as we don't get a second chance to make a first impression. Now, alternative lifestyle people. Through the introduction of new people, ensure we're not judging each other too harshly. Give it time, as well as being considerate and compassionate of each other's soft spots and puncture wounds. We want the connection to be solid and stable on a greater level, as well as positive. So we may have to get to know the new individual outside on just one-on-one. So you know what we're going to do? We're going to keep it PG. We're going to honor our commitment, honor our relationship, honor our connection, and keep it PG and friendly as we get to know the individual. Because that's what we do. We honor kings. Because kings honor us. So we want to ensure that we are honoring our king. And that will completely avoid either person judging the either person too harshly. Now, alternative lifestyle people, be mindful of who you discuss this with, because other people may be discussing your relationship outside of your relationship, third parties. It's our life. We know what makes us happy. Look, the angel is blessing the scenario. There's 3 people in the card. Grounded, positive, and stable connections. So other people's opinions of us are just that. other people's opinions. And they're entitled to their opinion, even if it's different from our own. So ensure we're not judging others outside of our relationship too harshly. Because sometimes when people judge, it's truly from a place of wanting to go after what it is that others have. And so by being mindful of those soft spots and those puncture wounds and those tender places in others, it's easier to shake the dust off. And I don't mean that in like shake the dust off. No. Shake the dust off means we just walk away. We just walk away from conflict. We don't participate. We don't add to it. That's all shake the dust off means.